Welcome back to Smash Bros. For today's Spirit Board episode, we're going to start off with Dimentio from Super Paper Mario. Dimentio starts off as one of Count Bleck's minions, but as the game goes on, it becomes more apparent that he is far more dangerous, and he eventually becomes the main antagonist. Dimentio himself is here being played by Meta Knight, but more prominently, we have a big purple Luigi. That is representing Mr. L, a hypnotized Luigi who serves Dimentio and eventually goes on to become the final boss of the game. So, yeah, with him out of the picture, Dimentio's not that hard. Now here is Metal Man from Mega Man 2. Metal Man is one of the robot masters appearing in said game, and his weapon, the metal blades, are so goddamn OP. They are good against all, if not most, of the robot masters, including Metal Man himself. So yeah, if you ever play Mega Man 2, go for Metal Man first, steal his weapon, and trivialize the rest of the otherwise very difficult game. That's my gamer pro tip for you this day. Anyway, Metal Blades actually appear as Mega Man's regular B move in Smash Bros. Hence why we've got all these Mega Men spamming it. But, with that said, this fight's still not all that hard, because in Smash Bros, the Metal Blade isn't that OP. So yeah. Here is Soda Popinski, or Vodka Drankenski, as he is called in the original Super Punch-Out. So yeah, this guy is a boxer from the Soviet Union, in case you hadn't figured that out. And he has quite a penchant for, big finger quotes, soda pop, and not vodka. Because, yeah, NES Nintendo, couldn't have a big Russian man drinking vodka. Not with those, you know, regulations, so... Yeah, I'm a little sad that they didn't revert him back to his original character of being into vodka. Especially considering that in this fight, a bunch of Long Island iced teas spawn in. And he can drink those to become more powerful. Like, you know, let this Russian man enjoy his booze. Let him enjoy his booze, Nintendo, come on. It's been long enough now. Also, I'm getting creamed in this fight, so I'm gonna cheese it. Fucking... you only live once. No regrets. There we go. Oh, here are the Elite Beat Divas. I mentioned these before. So, the Elite Beat Divas are the lady equivalents of the Elite Beat Agents with their rocket packs, as you can see in their artwork there. They are able to fly into situations and give emotional support when necessary. So for this fight, representing the Divas, we have 3 Corins, all wearing rocket belts. And this fight, you know, is actually kind of goddamn hard, because as with most of the, you know, NintenDaan or Elite Beat spirits, they get more powerful as time goes on, because naturally that's what a cheerleader will do for you. So, you know what? This is where that kind of comes to a head, because Corin is fucking difficult to fight. At the best of times, so to have 3 Corins gradually getting more powerful is a lot. And yeah, everything in this fight kind of has to go perfectly for me to have even a hope in hell of winning it. Which, you know, obviously I do. But it's close, it's tight, so here comes that chunk. Gotta love Chunky Puff. It's really hard to get an actual kill with Chunky Puff, so I'm quite impressed with that on its own. And now I just need to deal that one good finishing blow before I get killed myself. Whoever lands a kill move next wins it, and it's me. There we are. Here's Peachette from New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Do y'all remember Peachette? I don't think most people remember Peachette, so to speak. But they do remember the hypothetical character the internet made up, which is if you put the royal crown on Bowser instead of a Toadette, you would get Bowsette. everyone really wanted to fuck the gender-swapped Bowser. I'm just gonna go ahead and remind y'all of that. And no shame, I ain't gonna kink shame, but, you know, lest we forget, we shall not forget. Anyway, for this particular fight, you have, Peachette, the transformed Toadette. And she's being played by Peach, because obviously. We also have a bunch of, other allies who you can get in New Super Mario Bros. U. That is to say, Mario, Luigi, and a Toad. And yeah, this fight is kind of irritating. You have to try and defeat them all, despite the low gravity and their penchant for just floating around, which is what you can do if you play as Peachette. Peachette is kind of like easy mode. She takes the platforming out of the platformer. Anyway, I've got 6 seconds to defeat 3 of them. This is gonna be fucking tight. Yes! Just about. That was fucking clutch. Here is the Hana Samurai from the 3DS game of the same name. A game that was referred to as Sakura Samurai in the US to avoid any confusion. This was a 3DS samurai game, an action-adventure game straight up, and yeah, to represent the fact that Hana Samurai is himself just a normal everyday guy who ends up becoming a samurai, we have a villager playing him, wielding a killing edge, which, that's a very good combo. Definitely adds to the weird, creepy factor that the villager always exudes. Easy fight. Here's Chansey! Chansey is a normal type Pokemon, introduced in Generation 1. It later got a pre-evolution in the form of Happiny, and an evolution in the form of Blissey. Although, in modern-day competitive Pokemon, you'll want to stick with Chansey. Give it an Eviolite, and this motherfucker will not die, because it has so much HP, it has so much defense, it is the ultimate tank of a Pokemon. In fact, I don't think tank's the right term. Tank implies that it can dish out attacks as well. It's the ultimate wall. It will just wall your opponents more often than not. And if you have a Chansey and you teach it Minimize, the move that allows it to shrink down so you can't even hit it, you are the worst kind of scumbag. I will come to your house and I will throw bricks at you if you are the person who does that, because you're the worst. Anyway, yeah, for this fight, Jigglypuff here is playing Chansey, which in Generation 1, Jigglypuff was also a normal type, and the healing over time represents the move Soft Boiled. Anyway, moving on from Pokemon, here is King Bob-omb from Super Mario 64, the first boss of Super Mario 64. King Bob-omb sits atop the mountain of the Bob-omb battlefield, and when you go up there to fight him, what you have to do is pick him up 3 times from behind and slam dunk him into the ground. If you throw him off of this mountain, he'll come back, which is not very conducive to Smash. And here is Din, one of the 3 goddesses of Hyrule in the Legend of Zelda series. Din is the goddess who helped to form the Triforce of Power, the Triforce most associated with Ganondorf. And as you can tell from both her design and this stage, she is naturally more fiery than her counterparts. That is also compounded by the fact that in Ocarina of Time, one of the moves you can learn is Din's Fire, which is the move that Zelda is currently spamming at me. So yeah. Otherwise, not much more to her. We're fighting on Eldin Bridge, which is named after her. This is Orville, the main protagonist of Tact of Magic, a Wii RPG. I know very little about this game, so if you do, now's the time for you to pipe up in the comments and tell me all about it. But for this battle, Orville is being helped out by his party, Charlotte and Samuel, being played by Zelda and Pit respectively. Now I know this due to the Smash Wiki, but I'm going to take a few educated guesses that Charlotte and Samuel are a mage and an archer respectively. Because how else would you represent them? And yeah, other than that, pretty simple battle this is. The fact that we're playing on the Picto chat stage is representative of how you would cast spells by drawing them, be it on the DS screen or with the Wiimotes. And yeah, that's pretty neat. Here is Turtle Bridge. So one of the Game & Watch games, Turtle Bridge, is about crossing a bunch of snapping turtles in an attempt to get to the other side of a stream. So for this battle, we're going to go against a Game & Watch who's going to spam his back air, which is to launch out a snapping turtle. And meanwhile, we're going to be fighting against all of the actual turtle characters. That is to say, Bowser, one of his Koopalings, I believe that's Morton, and Squirtle. That is adorable. And the turtles have been exterminated, so now it's just me and Game & Watch. And frankly, I don't think he has, oh, Jesus. I don't think he has much to use against me now, so yeah, it's time for a nice clean finishing blow. No more scares. No more accidentally charging off the edge of the stage. Oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell. That was too close. Here is Dugtrio, another Generation 1 Pokemon, and the evolved form of Diglett. Dugtrios are a trio of moles. They are very, very, very well known for creating earthquakes with their digging. They're incredibly fast digging. They're basically whack-a-moles. They're the Pokemon equivalent of whack-a-moles. So, to represent the three of them, we have 3 Kirbys. To represent the 3 heads, that is hilarious and adorable, and I love it. And we have periodic earthquakes. That I don't love so much. I cannot stand being earthquaked in Smash Bros. It is so irritating. It's like Super Smash Bros. Brawl all over again with the goddamn tripping. Oh, okay. Cool. What I also like is how the Pokemon Stadium stage is currently just fixed to the Earth mode and will not change from it. Which is something you actually can't engineer yourself if you're, you know, setting up a fight. So this is specifically for the Dugtrio fight. You get to battle on the Earth stage specifically. Anyway, not too tricky of a fight, and the layout is not too hard to work around. It's just a hill and a couple of platforms, so yeah, just need to deal a good finishing blow, and we are done here. Here is Jeff. Jeff took me ages to, like, look up on the Smash Wiki, and the reason for that is that outside of Europe, his name is Crispin, which is a way more fitting name for a chef. So for this particular battle, we have Link in his casual wear, which kind of looks like a cooking apron. And we also have I don't even know what to describe there, a fiery mushroom, a burning hot mushroom, to represent a mushroom being cooked, I suppose. Also, food is spawning in, and we're battling on the Onet stage, which, for all intents and purposes, is just a normal, everyday city. So, you know, the best place to put your fancy restaurant. Anyway, this fight is actually quite annoying, thanks to Flaming Mushroom, but now he's done, so we should be able to finish this with relative ease. I just need to land my sick finisher. Damn it! Ah, God, I needed practice with Falcon. I need so much more practice with Falcon. Alright, this is gonna be it. This is the one. Nope. Whatever, I'll take it. This is fine. Here is Gordo. Gordo are an unkillable type of enemy from the Kirby series. They're basically obstacles, moving obstacles. They spike you, don't touch them. So this fight is really clever and also very frustrating. You have 2 invisible DDDs, and the 2 invisible DDDs are spamming their Gordo moves, i.e. causing a bunch of Gordos to spam. And fuck me, that damage though. All of that damage in such a short span of time just for being trapped in Gordo hell. So yeah, this fight can be hard if you get yourself in a bad situation. So don't do that. And yeah, just try and go hog wild. If you can slap the Gordos before they actually make impact with you, you can send them back to the invisible DDD who knocked them in the first place. And if you have a character with a reflector, just spam your reflector and you've won this fight. The Gordos will just do all the killing for you. But yeah, in this situation, just gotta get aggressive. Here is Sakura from Street Fighter. So Sakura is basically a massive fangirl of Ryu, who, admiring him oh so much, decided to teach herself to fight, much like he does. So she basically functions as a faster and more combo-friendly version of Ryu. And yeah, over time she eventually became more of her own independent character. And for a lot of people, she's one of the most likable Street Fighter characters. She's just like a chill person who just wants to fight because it makes her happy. And here is Wario-Man! You see, when Wario eats a full clove of garlic, he becomes the mighty Wario-Man. First appearing in WarioWare Touched. Wario-Man is kind of a shitpost joke character. And yet, here he is in Smash Bros. As not only a final smash, which would have fucked me up if he hit me with it just there, but also a, you know, a 4-star spirit. So, yeah, this fight's actually pretty goddamn tricky. This Wario is incredibly aggressive and shows just how dangerous Wario can be with his one-frame attacks. His numerous one-frame attacks. And, yeah, I'm just gonna use bald-faced luck to get out of this one, because I'm currently eating shit. I'm eating shit real hard on this fight. Just not even getting any hits in at all. Like, Jesus Lord, help. Okay. So, I've now taken 140 damage. He's taken 10. He's not even letting me get an attack in edgeways. I just need to... Fuck! I just need to land in 2 or 3 good hits. Like, that's it. And then use my final smash. That's all I need. Before he does his one as well. And his one is going to come back momentarily. So... Come on, come on. Here it comes. Get in the town hall, Wario-Man. You shit. A well-deserved win if I ever saw one. Here is Napalm Man. Napalm Man is a weapons enthusiast from Mega Man 5. Look at this motherfucker and tell me he's not into weapons. I mean, you know, that's kind of a gimme. And to represent that, we have Snake, the Smash Bros. Character who is most likely to come at you with a bunch of grenades and weaponry. And yeah, he is going to spam the hell out of his grenades. So, explosions everywhere for this fight. The only thing that makes this a cakewalk is the fact that explosions, or grenade explosions at the very least, do friendly fire damage. I think they did more damage to themselves than I did. Here is a Koopa Trooper. Koopa Troopers are the basic enemy from Super Mario, the foot soldiers of Bowser's army. You jump on them once, they retreat to their shells. You can then kick their shells as a weapon. So... yeah, we have a Squirtle here with a Koopa Shell. A bunch of Koopa Shells are spawning as well on top of that. And yeah, that makes this fight incredibly easy. Here's Dimitri. Dimitri is one of your animal buddies from the Oracle games. Dimitri is basically a little dinosaur. You ride around on his back, and he can chomp enemies. He can bite enemies. So, to represent that, we have Yoshi, a dinosaur who can eat enemies. Not so much bite, just full-on swallow, but same principle, really. So, yeah, this fight is pretty neat. Not too tricky at all, really. Especially considering that I'm going at him with Yoshi as well. I surprisingly don't have any Zelda spirits yet, or any 3-star or higher Zelda spirits to go with on this one. So, yeah, World of Light has been kind of holding out on those. Perhaps there is reason for that, and we will see what that reason is later. Here is Henry Fleming. I'm going to thank Yer Pal Hal for explaining this spirit to me. So, Henry Fleming appears in a novel called The Red Badge of Courage, but this particular instance of him appears in the game Codename Steam, a game where a bunch of literary characters are assembled to fight aliens. How the fuck have I not played this? It sounds incredible. Like, holy shit. That is such a cool idea for a game. And, unfortunately, I kind of just saved Henry Fleming there. He could have died just now. Let's remedy my mistake. Here's Pinsir. Pinsir is a bug-type Pokemon introduced in Gen 1. Lots of Gen 1s today. I'm sure I'm making a subset of the Pokemon community happy. Pinsir is a bug-type that later got a Mega Evolution in Mega Pinsir. And it's a stag beetle with big fuck-off spiky horns. That's kind of all there is to it. There's a beauty in its simplicity. It's being played by Rigby. Not Rigby. It's being played by Ridley, who is a big spiky monster. So, moving on from there, let's do a little bit of summoning now. So, let us put together the Hana Samurai and a ghost. Doing that will give us a Ghost Samurai. That is to say, the Wandering Samurai from the Rhythm Heaven series, who himself is a mysterious samurai who totters about and slices things in half. He can also be enhanced, so hey, that is pretty goddamn cool. Anyway, moving back up, next thing we're going to put together is, well, a bunch of spirits. Most of them digging related or construction related. And all of those in tandem are going to create Mr. Rossetti from Animal Crossing. I've mentioned Rossetti before, but back before autosaves existed, he would come in and yell at you for turning the game off without saving it first. He's kind of redundant now as an Animal Crossing character, so he spends the modern day as a retiree of sorts. Hopefully got his anger therapy. Here is Dr. Eggsman, by putting together a scientist, a weird little egg monster, and an egg Pokemon. We get the egg doctor himself, Dr. Robotnik. The arch emesis. That's the word I'm going for. The arch emesis of Sonic. And yeah, equipping him boosts our electric attack based on how he fights using robots. And he's also a 4-star spirit, so hell yeah. Let's put together the Elite Beat Divas and Choo Choo, the cute little squid girl from Kirby. And with those together, we are able to create Ribbon Girl from ARMS. A Ribbon Girl basically being a diva herself, a bit of a pop star, and also a fairly capable fighter. So that is neat. Anyway, we can upgrade the Bullet Bill to make the Banzai Bill. Feel free to redeem the prize that I wasn't going to give you for that. And we can also upgrade the Wandering Samurai into his far more fashionable and badass appearance from Beat the Beats. Hell to the yes. So, that's us done there for now. Let's do a little bit of shopping. First of all, we have one of the Mini Marios from Mario vs. Donkey Kong for the Game Boy. Yes, they are just little Mario robots. Here we have the Mega Egg Dozer, one of the power-ups you can get in Yoshi's New Islands. Not going to get Goldeen, because we can get Goldeen elsewhere. But we are going to get the mech from Metroid Federation Force. Does anyone remember that game? The Metroid spin-off game where you played as the Galactic Federation. I don't think anyone does. Here's Parachute, Game & Watch's up B that allows him to float around and land into safety. And by upgrading the Mini Mario, we can give him some mighty hammers. That was productive. See you soon.